Welcome back, guys, to Scratch with Techupkids. So today we are going to create a simple Pong game, in which we have a paddle and a ball coming from the side, and we just have to hit it back. Okay, so let's just name it um, just Pong, maybe Pong game, and delete the kitty. Give some color to the backdrop so it's not so plain. We can just say we want this color. Now we're gonna go and make two sprites, one a ball and a paddle. Okay, so let's make a paddle, simple black color, rectangle. So I think that's good. Fill it up in black, center it nicely, and then we go here and put it on this side. I can call it when program starts. We want to stay on this wall. So I say go to this position where your X and Y are already recorded, and I can also make its movement right away. So I can say when up arrow key pressed, depending on how fast you want your paddle to move, but I'm just going to go with 20 for now. If you think that's too slow, you can always change it later. And down arrow key pressed to -20, and clean up a little and run it to see if it's working. Okay, so paddle is working. Now I'm going to go get a ball. You can either get it or make a ball. So if you get it from the library, they have a ball here. Just shrink it a little bit, and we are not going to use any of the other costumes, but it does come with costumes if someone wants them. And start the program, and when the program starts, I want maybe the ball to start from this side. So we can say when I start the program, go to that wall, but we can always randomize the direction that it will come from. So I say go there and pick a random direction to go and hit it, because we shouldn't always know how it's going to come to us, right? So I'm going to say point in a direction, and now a random direction. So I will put the random block and put it there. How do we decide which direction we want? We want it to go there and somewhere in between, but not to up and down. So let's go to the direction code and pick point in direction code. So you see left, let me put move block so we know where it's going. So if I say left, it goes there. If I say up, it's gonna go up like that, down, and you can tell, right? So right, so we want somewhere between 0, which is up, 180 down. So I want something like this direction, maybe between 60, and we can try different numbers. You can try different numbers, but let's just pick 60 and maybe 150 or 140. Let's pick one and then put move 10. Okay, let's try, and we can't tell because it's just 10 steps. So what if I put it in a repeat loop? Okay, so start again and goes there, start again, goes there, start again, goes there. So it does go in different direction. So instead of saying repeat 10, I'm now going to say repeat until it touches that side. Okay, so that wall, I want to keep it going. And also you know that in Scratch all of these sides are counted as edges, so I can't really say if touching edge. So what I'm going to do is create a new wall for myself. So not from the library, we're going to paint new sprite and maybe a dark blue color and make a long rectangle, fill it up with color, and that's going to be our wall on the back of the stage. Okay, so I'm going to say keep moving until you hit that wall. So go to the balls code. We can actually give it a name if you want. That might be better. So I will say wall. Okay, so that's our wall, and this can be called paddle. P-D-D-L-E. Alright, so we go and give the ball code saying repeat until touching block and ball. Keep moving. Okay, so let's see what that does. Keep moving, and it does. It hits the wall and it stops, right? But when it hits one of these edges, it doesn't know what to do, so it will keep on going until it touches this, because until this condition is true. So what I want to insert here is if an edge bounce, so if it touches any of the top or bottom, it can still bounce. So it bounces from there and goes there, bounces from there and goes. Now I want to say if you hit the wall, if you hit this wall, I wanted the ball to fall down on the ground. So let's say what's the coordinate for this ground code. Let's say I want it to fall down here. You know that these are the coordinates. I can say repeat until you do that. Repeat until touching wall. Keep doing this. If you touch the wall, so we can say if touching wall. So you can say if touching wall. Then glide to. So let's see if there is a problem with that code, okay? Because I have a simple if touching wall, glide to that position. I'm going to start from that, go there and falls down, goes there and falls down. So that looks fine. But now for the purpose of our game, we do want to hit the ball with the paddle, right? So the paddle is called a paddle, and I can just put a simple if block saying if while you're moving, if you happen to touch the paddle, so touching block again, if you touch the paddle, then I want you to turn around. I want the ball to turn around and keep moving. So I say turn around 180 and keep moving. So now let's see what happens. Goes back, and we can also move it, goes back. Okay, so we can see that we kind of know where the ball is coming from, because each time it hits this edge, it's just bouncing off the edge. So it's not really changing to a random direction. When it goes and hits there, it just comes back. So kind of predictable, and I'll most of the times I'll be able to catch it if it's coming back from there. Right? So what we want is to make something here which will, if I hit this wall, like when I go back, I want it to come in a random direction, pretending there is a player there, or we can also make a automatic player, but let's just make some like sprite here. Oops, not there. Gonna make another, or we can just duplicate this guy and put it in this corner. Okay, and remove this sprite, and this guy is wall 2, and I will give it a different color. So let's say this is the color for my wall 2. So wall 2 goes here. Stop the program and let's see the code, because the reason it's coming back here and again because it's a copy of the other sprite. So we go to its costume, change its center, and give it a coordinate. Okay, so we're going to say when program starts, I want the wall to appear on this side. So what's the coordinate for that? There. Go back to the wall and say if touching. So copy this code and we can say if touching, that should be inside the while I'm moving. So if touching paddle, turn 180. If touching wall 2, this in this case, I don't want it to fall down on the ground or anywhere else. I want it to do this thing that I did in the beginning. Pick a random direction and go keep moving. Okay, so start again and falls to the ground. Start again. Okay, bounce back. Okay, so all right. So if you think it's too easy, we can, okay, fell. If you think it's too easy, we can also change the speed of the ball, or we can make a paddle a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video for now, and in the next video we can actually address how to make a score that will count how many times we hit and miss, and also a start button. So each time the ball falls, I don't have to click the green flag. I can just say start button, so it keeps going and counts our score. So let's do it in the next video. All right,